Section 39 of Ulysses. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit librivox.org. Ulysses by James Joyce, Episode 15, Circe, Part 1. The Mabbott Street entrance of Night Town, before which stretches an uncobbled tram siding, set with skeleton tracks, red and green will-o'-the-wisps and danger signals. Rows of grimy houses with gaping doors, rare lamps with faint rainbow fins. Round Rabbiotti's halted ice gondola, stunted men and women squabble. They grab wafers, between which are wedged lumps of coral and copper snow. Sucking, they scatter slowly. Children. The swan comb of the gondola, high-reared, forges on through the murk, white and blue under a lighthouse. Whistles call and answer. The calls.
Wait, my love, and I'll be with you.
The answers.
Round behind the stable.
A deaf-mute idiot with goggle eyes, his shapeless mouth dribbling, jerks past. Shaken in St. Vitus dance. A chain of children's hands imprisons him. The children.
Ketog, salute.
The idiot lifts a palsied left arm and gurgles.
Garahut.
The children.
Where's the great light?
The idiot, gobbing.
Gargahest.
They release him. He jerks on. A pygmy woman swings on a rope, slung between two railings, counting. A form, sprawled against a dustbin and muffled by its arm and hat, snores, groans, grinding, growling teeth, and snores again. On a step, a gnome, totting among a rubbish tip, crouches to shoulder a sack of rags and bones. A crone, standing by with a smoky oil lamp, rams her last bottle in the maw of his sack. He heaves his booty, tugs askew his peaked cap, and hobbles off mutely. The crone makes back for her lair, swaying her lamp. A bandy child, asquat on the doorstep with a paper shuttlecock, crawls, sidling after her in spurts, clutches her skirt, scrambles up. A drunken navvy grips with both hands the railings of an area, lurching heavily. At a corner, two night watch in shoulder capes, their hands upon their staff holsters, loom tall. A plate crashes, a woman screams, a child wails. Oaths of a man roar, mutter, cease. Figures wander, lurk, peer from warrens. In a room lit by a candle stuck in a bottleneck, a slut combs out the tats from the hair of a scrofulous child. Sissy Caffrey's voice, still young, sings shrill from a lane.
I gave it to Molly because she was jolly, the leg of the duck, the leg of the duck.
Private Carr and Private Compton swagger sticks tight in their oxters, as they march unsteadily right about face, and burst together from their mouths a volleyed fart. Laughter of men from the lane. A hoarse virago retorts.
Signs on you, hairy ass. More power to the Cavan girl.
Sissy Caffrey.
More luck to me, Cavan. Coot Hill and Beltobet.
She sings.
I gave it to Nelly to stick in her belly, the leg of the duck, the leg of the duck.
Private Carr and Private Compton turn, counter-retort, their tunics blood-bright in a lamp-glow, black sockets of caps on their blonde cropped poles. Stephen Dedalus and Lynch pass through the crowd close to the redcoats. Private Compton jerks his finger.
Wait for the parson.
Private Carr turns and calls,
What-o, parson?
Sissy Caffrey, her voice soaring higher.
She has it, she got it, wherever she put it, the leg of the duck.
Stephen, flourishing the ash plant in his left hand, chants with joy the introit for Pascal time. Lynch, his jockey cap low on his brow, attends him a sneer of discontent wrinkling his face. Stephen.
Vidi aqua me gradientem de templo latere dextro, alleluia.
The famished snaggle-tusks of an elderly bawd protrude from a doorway. The bawd, her voice whispering huskily.
Psst. Come here till I tell you. Maidenhead inside. Psst.
Stephen. Altia saliquantulum.
Et omnis ad quos pervenit aqua ista.
The bawd spits in their trail her jet of venom.
Trinity medicals. Fallopian tube. All prick and no pence.
Edie Boardman, sniffling, crouched with Bertha Supple, draws her shawl across her nostrils. Edie Boardman, bickering.
And says the one, I've seen you at Faithful Place with your square pusher, the greaser off the railway, in his come-to-bed hat. Did you, says I. That's not for you to say, says I. You never seen me in the man-trap with a married islander, says I. The likes of her. Stag that one is, stubborn as a mule, and all walking with two fellows at one time, Kilbride the engine driver, and Lance Corporal Oliphant. And says the one, I've seen you at Faithful Place with your square pusher, the greaser off the railway, in his come-to-bed hat. Did you, says I. That's not for you to say, says I. You never seen me in the man-trap with a married islander, says I. The likes of her. Stag that one is, stubborn as a mule, and all walking with two fellows at one time, Kilbride the engine driver, and Lance Corporal Oliphant.
Stephen, triumphaliter.
Salvi facti sunt.
He flourishes his ash plant, shivering the lamp image, shattering light over the world. A liver and white spaniel on the prowl slinks after him, growling. Lynch scares it with a kick.
So that?
Stephen looks behind.
So that gesture, not music, not odor, would be a universal language, the gifted tongues rendering visible not the lay sense, but the first entelechy, the structural rhythm.
Lynch.
Pornosophical philotheology, metaphysics in Mecklenburg Street.
We have true written Shakespeare and henpecked Socrates. Even the all-wisest Stagirite was bitted, bridled, and mounted by a light of love.
Bah.
Anyway, who wants two gestures to illustrate a loaf and a jug? This movement illustrates the loaf and jug of bread or wine in Omar. Now hold my stick.
Damn your yellow stick. Where are we going?
Lecherous links to La Belle Dame sans merci, Georgina Johnson. Adam qui latificat juventutem meam.
Stephen thrusts the ash plant on him and slowly holds out his hands, his head going back till both hands are a span from his breast, down-turned in planes intersecting, the fingers about to part, the left being higher.
Which is the jug of bread? It skills not. That or the custom house. Illustrate thou. Here, take your crutch and walk.
They pass. Tommy Caffrey scrambles to a gas lamp and, clasping, climbs in spasms. From the top spur he slides down. Jackie Caffrey clasps to climb. The navvy lurches against the lamp. The twins scuttle off in the dark. The navvy, swaying, presses a forefinger against a wing of his nose, and ejects from the farther nostril a long liquid jet of snot. Shouldering the lamp, he staggers away through the crowd with his flaring cresset. Snakes of river fog creep slowly. From drains, clefts, cesspools, middens, arise on all sides stagnant fumes. A glow leaps in the south beyond the seaward reaches of the river. The navvy, staggering forward, cleaves the crowd and lurches towards the tram siding. On the farther side, under the railway bridge, Bloom appears, flushed, panting, cramming bread and chocolate into a side pocket. From Gillen's hairdresser's window a composite portrait shows him gallant Nelson's image. A concave mirror at the side presents to him love-lorn, long-lost, lugubru burluhum. Grave Gladstone sees him level, bloom for bloom. He passes, struck by the stare of truculent Wellington, but in the convex mirror grin unstruck the bonham eyes and fat chuck cheek chops of Jolly Poldy, the Rix-Dix Doldy. At Antonio Pabaiotti's door, Bloom halts, sweated under the bright arc lamp. He disappears. In a moment he reappears and hurries on. Bloom.
Fish and taters, N.G. Ah.
He disappears into Olhausen's, the pork butcher's, under the downcoming roll shutter. A few moments later he emerges from under the shutter, puffing Poldy, blowing Bloohoom. In each hand he holds a parcel, one containing a lukewarm pig's crubeen, the other a cold sheep's trotter, sprinkled with whole pepper. He gasps, standing upright. Then, bending to one side, he presses a parcel against his ribs, and groans.
Stitch in my side. Why did I run?
He takes breath with care, and goes forward slowly towards the lamp-set siding. The glow leaps again.
What is that? A flasher? Searchlight.
He stands at Cormac's corner, watching.
Aurora Borealis or a steel foundry? Ah, the brigade, of course. South side, anyhow. Big blaze. Might be his house. Beggar's Bush. We're safe.
He hums cheerfully.
London's burning, London's burning. On fire, on fire.
He catches sight of the navvy, lurching through the crowd at the farther side of Talbot Street.
I'll miss him. Run, quick. Better cross here.
He darts to cross the road. Urchins shout.
Mind out, mister.
Two cyclists with lighted paper lanterns a-swing swim by him, grazing him, their bells rattling.
Halty, 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 all.
Bloom halts erect, stung by a spasm.
Ow!
He looks round, darts forward suddenly. Through rising fog, a dragon sand-strewer, travelling at caution, slews heavily down upon him, its huge red headlight winking, its trolley hissing on the wire. The motorman bangs his foot gong.
Bang, bang, blah, back, blood, bug, blue.
The brake cracks violently. Bloom, raising a policeman's white-gloved hand, blunders stiff-legged out of the track. The motorman, thrown forward, pug-nosed on the guide-wheel, yells as he slides past over chains and keys.
Hey, shit breechers, are you doing the hat trick?
Bloom trick-leaps to the curbstone and halts again. He brushes a mud-flake from his cheek with a parcelled hand.
No thoroughfare. Close shaved that, but cured the stitch. Must take up Sandow's exercises again. On the hands down, insure against street accident, too. The providential.
He feels his trouser pocket.
Poor Mama's panacea. He'll easily catch and track or bootlace in a cog. Day the wheel of the Black Maria peeled off my shoe at Leonard's Corner. Third time is the charm. Shoe trick. Insolent driver. I ought to report him. Tension makes him nervous. Might be the fellow balked me this morning with that horsey woman. Same style of beauty. Quick of him all the same. The stiff walk. True words spoken in jest. That awful cramp in Lad Lane. Something poisonous I ate. Emblem of luck. Why? Probably lost cattle. Mark of the beast.
He closes his eyes an instant.
Bit light in the head. Monthly or effect of the other. Brain fog fag. That tired feeling. Too much for me now. Ow!
A sinister figure leans on plaited legs against Aubern's wall. A visage unknown, injected with dark mercury. From under a wide-leaved sombrero, the figure regards him with evil eye. Bloom.
Buenas noches, señorita Blanca. ¿Qué calle es esta?
The figure, impassive, raises a signal arm.
Password. Thread Mabot.
Haha. Merci. Esperanto. Slan lieth.
He mutters,
Gaelic League spy sent by that fire-eater.
He steps forward. A sack-shouldered ragman bars his path. He steps left. Ragsack man left.
I beg.
He swerves, sidles, step aside, slips past and on.
Keep to the right, right, right. If there is a signpost planted by the touring club at Step Aside, who procured that public boon? I, who lost my way and contributed to the columns of the Irish Cyclist, the letter headed in darkest Step Aside. Keep to the right. Rags and bones at midnight. Offense, more likely. First place murderer makes for. Wash off his sins of the world.
Jackie Caffrey, hunted by Tommy Caffrey, runs full tilt against Bloom.
Oh!
Shocked, on weak hams he halts. Tommy and Jackie vanish there. Bloom pats with parcelled hands, watch, fob pocket, book pocket, purse pocket, sweets of sin, potato soap. Bloom.
Beware of pickpockets, old thieves dodge. Collide, then snatch your purse.
The retriever approaches, sniffing, nose to the ground. A sprawled form sneezes. A stooped, bearded figure appears, garbed in the long caftan of an elder in Zion, and a smoking cap with magenta tassels. Horned spectacles hang down at the wings of the nose. Yellow poison streaks are on the drawn face. Rudolph.
Second half crown. Waste money today. I told you not to go with drunken guy ever, so you catch no money.
Bloom hides the crubeen and trotter behind his back, and, crestfallen, feels warm and cold feet meet.
Ja, ich weiß, Papachi.
What you making down this place? Have you no soul?
With feeble vulture talons, he feels the silent face of Bloom.
Are you not my son, Leopold, the grandson of Leopold? Are you not my dear son, Leopold, who left the house of his father, and left the God of his fathers, Abraham and Jacob?
Bloom, with precaution.
I suppose so, father. Mosenthal, all that's left of him.
Rudolph, severely.
One night they bring you home drunk as dog after spend your good money. What you call them running chaps?
Bloom, in youth's smart blue Oxford suit, with white vest slips, narrow-shouldered, in brown alpine hat, wearing gent's sterling silver Waterbury keyless watch, and double curb Albert, with seal attached. One side of him coated with stiffening mud.
Harriers, father. Only that once.
Once? Mudhead Dot. Cut your hand open, lockjaw. They make you kaput, Leopold Leben. You watch them chaps.
They challenged me to a sprint.
Weakly.
It was muddy. I slipped.
Go in, knockets.
With contempt.
Nice spectacles for your mother.
Mama.
Ellen Bloom, in pantomime dame's stringed mob cap, widow Twankey's crinoline and bustle, blouse with mutton-leg sleeves buttoned behind, grey mittens and cameo brooch, her plaited hair in a crispine net, appears over the staircase banisters, a slanted candlestick in her hand, and cries out in shrill alarm,
"Oh, blessed Redeemer, what have they done to him? My smelling salts!"
She hauls up a reef of skirt and ransacks the pouch of her striped blay petticoat. A file, an Agnus Dei, a shrivelled potato, and a celluloid doll fall out.
Sacred Heart of Mary, where were you at all?
Bloom, mumbling, his eyes downcast, begins to bestow his parcels in his filled pockets, but desists, muttering. A voice, sharply,
"Baldy!"
Bloom.
Who?
He ducks and wards off a blow clumsily.
At your service.
He looks up. Beside her mirage of date palms, a handsome woman in Turkish costume stands before him. Opulent curves fill out her scarlet trousers and jacket, slashed with gold. A wide yellow cummerbund girdles her. A white yashmak, violet in the night, covers her face, leaving free only her large, dark eyes and raven hair. Bloom.
Molly.
Marion.
Welly? Mrs. Marion, from this out, my dear man, when you speak to me.
Satirically.
Has poor little hubby cold feet, waiting so long?
Bloom shifts from foot to foot.
No, not the least little bit.
He breathes in deep agitation, swallowing gulps of air, questions, hopes, crubbines for her supper, things to tell her, excuse, desire, spellbound. A coin gleams on her forehead. On her feet are jewelled toe rings. Her ankles are linked by a slender fetter chain. Beside her a camel, hooded, with a turreting turban, waits. A silk ladder of innumerable rungs climbs to his bobbing howdah. He ambles near with disgruntled hind quarters. Fiercely she slaps his haunch, her gold curb wrist bangles, angriling, scolding him in Moorish.
Nebercada! Femininum!
The camel, lifting a foreleg, plucks from a tree a large mango fruit, offers it to his mistress, blinking, in his cloven hoof, then droops his head and, grunting with uplifted neck, fumbles to kneel. Bloom stoops his back for leapfrog.
I can give you, as your business manager, Mrs. Marion, if you...
So, you notice some change.
Her hands passing slowly over her trinketed stomacher, a slow friendly mockery in her eyes.
Oh, Polly, you're a poor old stick in the mud. Go and see life. See the wide world.
I was just going back for that lotion white wax, orange flower water. Shop closes early on Thursday, but the first thing in the morning...
He pats diverse pockets.
This moving kidney. Ah!
He points to the south, then to the east. A cake of new clean lemon soap arises, diffusing light and perfume.
We're a capital couple, our Bloom and I. He brightens the earth, I polish the sky.
The freckled face of Swaney, the druggist, appears in the disk of the soap sun.
Trying a penny, please.
Yes, from my wife, Mrs. Marion. Special recipe.
Marion, softly.
Polly.
Yes, ma'am?
Ti trema un poco il cuore.
In disdain she saunters away, plump as a pampered pouter pigeon, humming the duet from Don Giovanni.
Are you sure about that voglio? The pronunciation.
He follows, followed by the sniffing terrier. The elderly board seizes his sleeve, the bristles of her chin mole glittering. The board.
10 shillings a maidenhead. Fresh thing was never touched. 15. There's no one in it, only her old father that's dead drunk.
She points. In the gap of her dark den, furtive, rain-bedraggled Bridie Kelly stands. Bridie.
Hatch Street. Any good in your mind?
With a squeak she flaps her bat shawl and runs. A burly rough pursues with booted strides. He stumbles on the steps, recovers, plunges into gloom. Weak squeaks of laughter are heard. Weaker, the board, her wolf eyes shining.
He's getting his pleasure. You won't get a virgin in the flash houses. 10 shillings. Don't be all night before the police in plain clothes sees us. 67 is a bitch.
Leering, Gertie MacDowell limps forward. She draws from behind, ogling, and shows coyly her bloodied clout.
With all my worldly goods, I, thee, and thou,
she murmurs.
You did that. I hate you.
Bloom.
I? When? You're dreaming. I never saw you.
The board.
Leave the gentleman alone, you cheat. Writing the gentleman false letters, street-walking and soliciting. Better for your mother take the strap to you at the bedpost, hussy like you.
Gertie to Bloom.
When you saw all the secrets of my bottom drawer.
She paws his sleeve, slobbering.
Dirty married man, I love you for doing that to me.
She glides away, crookedly. Mrs. Breen, in man's frieze overcoat, with loose bellows pockets, stands in the causeway, her roguish eyes wide open, smiling in all her herbivorous buck teeth. Mrs. Breen.
Mr.
Madam, when we last had this pleasure by letter dated the 16th instant...
Mr. Bloom,
You down here in the haunted scene? I caught you noisily. Scamp.
Not so loud, my name. Whatever do you think of me? Don't give me away. Walls have ears. How do you do? It's ages since You're looking splendid. Absolutely it. Seasonable weather we are having this time of year. Black refracts heat. Shortcut home here. Interesting quarter. Rescue of fallen women. Magdalene Asylum. I am the secretary.
Now don't tell a big fib.
Holds up a finger.
I know somebody won't like that. Oh, just wait till I see Morley.
Slyly.
Account for yourself this very minute, or woe betide you.
Bloom looks behind.
She often said she'd like to visit. Slumming. The exotic, you see. Negro servants in livery, too, if she had money. Othello, black brute. Eugene Stratton. Even the bones and corner man at the Livermore Christie's. Bohee brothers, sweep for that matter.
Tom and Sam Bohee, coloured coons in white duck suits, scarlet socks, upstarched Sambo chokers, and large scarlet asters in their buttonholes, leap out. Each has his banjo slung. Their paler, smaller negroid hands jingle the twing-twang wires. Flashing white Kaffir eyes and tusks, they rattle through a breakdown in clumsy clogs, twinging, singing, back-to-back, toe-heel, heel-toe, with smack-fat clacking nig.
There's someone in the house with Dinah. There's someone in the house I know. There's someone in the house with Dinah, playing on the old banjo.
They whisk black masks from raw babby faces. Then, chuckling, chortling, trumming, twanging, they diddle-diddle cakewalk dance away. Bloom, with a sour, tenderish smile.
A little frivol, shall we, if you are so inclined? Would you like me, perhaps, to embrace you just for a fraction of a second?
Mrs. Breen screams gaily.
Oh, you rock! You ought to see yourself.
For old sake's sake. I only meant a square party, a mixed marriage mingling of our different little conjugals. You know I had a soft corner for you.
Gloomily.
'Twas I sent you that valentine of the dear gazelle.
Glory, Alice, you two look a holy show. Killing simply.
She puts out her hand inquisitively.
But you're hiding behind your back. Tell us, there's a dear.
Bloom seizes her wrist with his free hand.
Josie Powell, that was, prettiest Deb in Dublin. How time flies by. Do you remember, harking back in a retrospective arrangement, old Christmas night, Georgina Simpson's housewarming, while they were playing the Irving Bishop game, finding the pin blindfold and thought-reading? Subject, what is in this snuff-box?
You were the lion of the night with your serio-comic recitation, and you looked the part. You were always a favourite with the ladies.
Bloom, squire of dames, in dinner jacket, with watered silk facings, blue Masonic badge in his buttonhole, black bow and mother-of-pearl studs, a prismatic champagne glass tilted in his hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Ireland, home and beauty.
The dear days beyond recall, love's old sweet song.
Bloom, meaningfully dropping his voice.
I confess I'm teapot with curiosity to find out whether some person's something is a little teapot at present.
Mrs. Breen, gushingly.
Tremendously teapot, and I'm simply teapot all over me.
She rubs sides with him.
After the parlour mystery games and the crackers from the tree we sat in the staircase ottoman. Under the mistletoe, to his company.
Bloom, wearing a purple Napoleon hat with an amber half-moon, his fingers and thumb passing slowly down to her soft, moist, meaty palm, which she surrenders gently.
The witching hour of night. I took the splinter out of his hand carefully, slowly.
Tenderly, as he slips on her finger a ruby ring.
La si darem la mano.
Mrs. Breen, in a one-piece evening frock executed in moonlight blue, a tinsel sylph's diadem on her brow with her dance-card fallen beside her moon-blue satin slipper, curves her palm softly, breathing quickly.
Voglio, you're hot, you're scalding, to left hand nearest the heart.
When you made your present choice, they said it was Beauty and the Beast. I can never forgive you for that.
his clenched fist at his brow.
Think what it means. All you meant to me then.
Hoarsely.
Woman, it's breaking me.
Dennis Breen, white tall-hatted, with Wisdom Healy's sandwich boards, shuffles past them in carpet slippers, his dull beard thrust out, muttering to right and left. Little Alf Bergen, coated in the pall of the ace of spades, dogs him to left and right, doubled in laughter. Alf Bergen points jeeringly at the sandwich boards.
You pay up.
Mrs. Breen, to Bloom.
Hijinks below stairs.
She gives him the glad eye.
Why didn't you kiss the spot to make it well? You wanted to.
Bloom, shocked.
Molly's best friend? Could you?
Mrs. Breen, her pulpy tongue between her lips, offers a pigeon kiss.
The answer is a lemon. Have your little present for me there?
Bloom, offhandedly.
Kosher. A snack for supper. The home without potted meat is incomplete. I was at Leah, Mrs. Bandman Palmer, trenchant exponent of Shakespeare. Unfortunately threw away the program. Rattling good place round there for pig's feet. Feel.
Richie Goulding, 3 ladies' hats pinned on his head, appears weighted to one side by the black legal bag of Collis and Ward, on which a skull and crossbones are painted in white lime-wash. He opens it, and shows it full of polonies, kippered herrings, Findon haddies, and tight-packed pills. Richie.
Best value and dub.
Bald Pat, bothered beetle, stands on the curbstone, folding his napkin, waiting to wait. Pat advances with a tilted dish of spilling gravy.
Steak and kidney, bottle of lager. Wait till I wait.
Richie.
Good God. In all.
With hanging head he marches doggedly forward. The navvy, lurching by, gores him with his flaming pronghorn. Richie, with a cry of pain, his hand to his back.
Ah, bright lights.
Bloom points to the navvy.
A spy. Don't attract attention. I hate stupid crowds. I am not on pleasure bent. I am in a grave predicament.
Mrs. Breen.
Humbugging and delivering as per usual with a cock-and-ball story.
I want to tell you a little secret about how I came to be here, but you must never tell. Not even Molly. I have a most particular reason.
Mrs. Breen, all agog.
Oh, not for worlds.
Let's walk on, shall us?
Let's.
The board makes an unheeded sign. Bloom walks on with Mrs. Breen. The terrier follows, whining piteously, wagging his tail. The board.
Jew-man's melt.
Bloom, in an oatmeal sporting suit, a sprig of woodbine in the lapel, tony buff shirt, shepherd's plaid St. Andrew's cross scarfty, white spats, fawn dustcoat on his arm, tawny red brogues, field glasses in bandolier, and a grey billycock hat.
Do you remember a long time, years and years ago, just after Millie, Marionette we called her, was weaned, when we all went together to Fairy House races, was it?
Mrs. Breen, in smart Saxe tailor-made, white velour hat and spider veil.
Leopardstown.
I mean Leopardstown. And Molly won 7 shillings on a 3-year-old named Nevertell, and coming home along by Fox Rock in that old 5-seater Chanderadon of a wagonette you were in your heyday then, and you had on that new hat of white velours with a surround of mole fur that Mrs. Hayes advised you to buy because it was marked down to 19 and 11, a bit of wire and an old rag of velveteen, and I'll lay you what you like she did it on purpose.
She did, of course. The cat. Don't tell me. Nice adviser.
Because it didn't suit you 1/4 as well as the other ducky little Tammy toque with the bird of paradise wing in it that I admired on you, and you honestly looked just too fetching in it, though it was a pity to kill it, you cruel naughty creature, little mite of a thing with a heart the size of a full stop.
Mrs. Breen squeezes his arm, simpers.
Not it cruel I was.
Bloom, low, secretly, ever more rapidly.
And Molly was eating a sandwich of spiced beef out of Mrs. Joe Gallagher's lunch basket. Frankly, though, she had her advisers or admirers. I never cared much for her style. She was...
True.
Yes. And Molly was laughing because Rogers and Maggot O'Reilly were mimicking a cock as we passed a farmhouse, and Marcus Tertius Moses, the tea merchant, drove past us in a gig with his daughter. Dancer Moses was her name, and the poodle in her lap bridled up, and you asked me if I ever heard or read or knew or came across...
Yes.
End of section 39.